Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how to design these 3 cakes using only one piping tip. I have a 6-inch cake board and I'm sticking a 4-inch cake on top. There are going to be 4 layers of cake in total for each cake. The frosting I'm using is my hybrid buttercream recipe. The link will be in the description box below, or you can press the little eye icon at the top corner as well. Once they're stacked, you want to create a crumb coat. This is a thin layer of frosting that goes all around the cake, trapping in any crumbs. Smooth it down with your bench scraper. I've got these acrylic ones that are available on my website, also linked below. Bring that lip of frosting into the center and refrigerate for at least 20 minutes so it has time to set up. On goes the final layer of frosting. This is just a thicker layer again. And that's going to be our canvas, our little blank slate. Make sure it's all nice and clean into the fridge again to set, and then using a small round piping tip, I'll have the number listed in the description box below again. Start creating your patterns. This is kind of like a sidewards S. If you guys know the technical term for this, please leave it in the comments and I'll make sure to list it in the description. Over the little swirly bits, I have gone in with a different color, so yellow, the same buttercream that I used for the filling and the frosting, and creating little circles in the very center. For added jazz, I'm going to add 3 little dots underneath over each of those circular patterns. And I'm going to do the exact same for the top of this pattern as well. For the bottom, I've gone in and done a triangle kind of pattern all the way around. You want to keep your piping tip as close to the cake as possible without really touching the cake, otherwise you can scratch the buttercream, but I'm basically keeping the tip very, very close. For the love hearts, I'm piping out a great deal of buttercream, and then as I come down, I relieve the pressure so the buttercream being piped becomes thinner and thinner, and it creates this love heart kind of pattern. Adding little dots in the middle of each triangle, and then I'm creating little buttercream blossoms at the top. This is just like the heart technique, only this time we're creating 5 petals. Pop it into the fridge to set and then work on your next design. So I have this kind of elegant curtaining kind of pattern happening at the top, and creating a pearl border to begin with, and then filling in with 2 straight kind of curtainy looking lines. In between each one, I'm going to add in the little circles with my yellow. I'm going to start nice and big, and as I come down, I'll create smaller and smaller pearls or dots. For the very bottom, I'm creating pearls, 2 big ones, and then right beside that 2 little ones, and just repeating that pattern. In between the 2 large ones, I'm going to create arches. On one arch, I'm going to add little dots, and on the other arch, I'll leave plain. I'm going to do this all the way around. And that is the design of our second cake. For the third one, what I'm going to do here is create little dots at the very top, going from small to large, and then back to small. Kind of looks like a crown. I really like this effect. And then arching again, I don't know why, it just reminds me of theatre curtains, so I'm going to just keep calling these curtains. Little dots to look like curtains. In between that, I'm going to create little flourishes in the purple colour, and then add a line of dots leading from the centre of that and outwards. For the bottom, creating a pearl border again, but this time I'm going to alternate the size large and small, and alternating in colour as well. And that's our third design. To create the leaf, so it's kind of cheating, but technically there's really only one piping tip in this tutorial. I'm just going to create an inward pointed triangle in a piping tip. For the little fondant decorations, I've used plunger cutters and some fondant that I coloured with gel food colour, and plunging it directly into the center of my curtains. I'm positive there is a legit word for this. If you guys know what that is, leave it in the comment section below and I'll fix that up in the description box. For the next cake, I've decided to use a blossom plunger cutter. Whenever I use plunger cutters, I run it on my surface and circular kind of pattern here, circular motion, just to make sure that the edges of my petals are nice and sharp and there's no like ugly little frilly bits of fondant left over. Underneath the flowers and the larger dots, I am going to add in some leaves using that piping bag that we cut the inward pointing triangle from. The buttercream that I used was coloured with gel food colour, just in case anybody was wondering. And you are done! You can add some leaves into the blossoms as well. And that is how you create 3 really fun and easy cakes using only one piping tip. I'll have the number for this piping tip in the description box below this video. Hope you guys enjoyed and you give it a go, and if you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can see your creations as well. Gonna be doing a few more of these tutorials where it's like a challenge, so one piping tip to create a multiple number of decorations. Thanks for tuning in, and if you like, you can subscribe. We upload a new video every Tuesday. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys next time.